Hello, this is 𝐔𝐭𝐭𝐚𝐫𝐚. Good afternoon. So now we are going to start the speaking test of Sadia Islam Orna. Let's start. Good afternoon, Orna. So we are going to take your speaking test. So let's start. So what is your name?
I'm Sadia Islam Orna. Orna is my nickname. Everyone calls me Orna. You can call me too.
Okay. Orna, let's talk about advertisements. Now tell me, how often do you see advertisements nowadays?
Advertisements, it's kind of the necessary part of our life. Whenever we use a social media or any kind of thing, whenever we see a video in YouTube, first, before watching the video, we always watch advertisements these days, and in Facebook videos too. So, and it's necessary too for marketing and everything. So it's so we see advertisements quite often in our life.
Now tell me, what are the most common mediums of advertisements in your opinion?
Once a time the common medium was television, because the internet wasn't that much popular that days, and smartphones were not in everyone's hand. But these days everyone has smartphones, so advertisements are now kind of played in their smartphones. It's through their messages or Facebook videos or different kinds of social media videos, social media platforms. And I think it's more common, or it's more important than television these days.
Now tell me, how do you feel about pop-up advertisements on social media and websites?
Pop-up advertisements, if they're good or they're relevant to your works or everything, then it's good. But sometimes pop-up advertisements, we see that that's not relevant to our everyday life or work life or education, nothing. That's some bizarre and some sexually explicit things that comes in different kinds of websites, which is too harmful for some underage children. So I don't think pop-up advertisements, those are good, always good. Most of the times I see them that those are not good or relevant or useful.
Okay. Now tell me, do you prefer funny advertisements or serious advertisements?
I prefer funny advertisement because people love to do any kind of thing in a funny way. If that is in a funny way, they are more tend to attracted to those advertisement, and or if that advertisement is of any kind of product, people funny advertisement attracts more and more people towards those products. So I think funny advertisement is the good thing.
Okay. Now tell me, what qualifies an advertisement as a good one?
What qualifies, I think that which is kind of in a funny way or in a sarcastic way, but they're teaching us something. Anyone, because there's a lot of people, we learn everything from any kind of advertisement or something. We see a lot of we can learn a lot of things because they are here and there advertisement. So so I think which teaches us anything, any good thing, that would be more qualified.
Okay, now I'm going to give you a topic. You will have 1 minute of time to think about this topic. After that 1 minute, you will have 1 to 2 minutes of time to talk about this topic. If you want to take some notes, you can use this paper and pencil. You have to remember, after that 1 minute, you will have 1 to 2 minutes to talk about this topic. Now, here is your topic. This box covered page is your topic. You must not write anything over here. You understand? And your 1 minute starts now. Start. Okay, now you have 2 minutes of time to talk about this topic. Your time starts now. 2 minutes.
So, if you ask me about an animal or I've seen, so I talk about cats. Though it's a common animal, we see a cat here and there in roads and everywhere, but not the exotic ones, the Persians or those British Shorthair, Norwegian forest cats. Those are so beautiful, and we don't see them in our country here and there. So during the pandemic time in 2020, when we were stuck in our home, our lives was kind of standstill. Then I started to watch a lot of videos of different bloggers. They used to share their videos about their lives, how are they spending their stuck life in their home with their pets. So I started to watch those reels and videos in social media platforms, and I found that I saw a different way or perspective of a cat, which I never noticed in our stray cats or anything. So then I noticed that those cats are very much interesting creature. Though we always told by our parents that don't go near stray cats, they would scratch you, you'd get sick, or you'd have to get injected for rabies or anything. So we're not familiar to them. But whenever I started to watch those videos, I found that those cats are very interesting and cute feline, and I was very, very much attracted to them. So I started to learn about cat a lot through those videos or internets and everything. And the most important I wouldn't say important, it's like interesting thing I would say that I learned about cat, that they're kind of 1/3 of their life they spend sleeping. So this amazed me a lot, that how can a creature sleep that much. Then I found that they're not only sleeps, they're so lazy, but they are like human. They understand your
Thank you.
emotion.
Let's talk about something else.
Yes, sir.
Now we are moving to the next part of our test. Now I will be asking some follow-up questions about this topic. Now tell me, are you familiar with domestic animals? If yes, what are your thoughts on domestication of animals?
Yes, I am so familiar with domestic animals, as I have some pets, and in our country there's a lot of people who nurtures different domestic animals for their livelihood, like cows and goats. And they have heard of cows. Those they sell their milks, and they earn their livelihood through those animals. So I don't think it's a bad thing, the domestication of any animals. But those animals which are for domestication, that's okay. But those animals which are wild and they are free to nature, they are like in their nature, they're free, they're not bound to be tied in any kind of house. I don't think domestication of those animals are good.
Tell me, earlier people were dependent on animals for their household work, especially in the field of agriculture. Do you think machines are more efficient than animals in this aspect?
Yes, when technologies weren't this much good in this 21st century, so then people used to depend on animals for those works. But this is a kind of violent thing. I think I like that, because whenever cows are used in like cultivating rices or in fields, so I feel when they like use a stick to whenever cows don't walk or like that. So this hurts me a lot, because animals aren't for these works. So machines are more feasible in this.
Okay, a lot of companies use animals for research purpose, which sometimes lead to harming the animals or even death of them. Do you think this is a good idea?
I don't think this is a good idea because they have a life. They have they are in a part of our nature. This breaks the ecosystems and everything. I don't think this is a good idea. But for the better. For the betterment of our own life, sometimes some sacrifices tend to be done.
Okay, thank you. So, Sadia, let's talk about the feedback of your exam. So, as per the fluency, it was good, but not that much top notch. So, you can get a 7 out of 9 here. Lexical resources, you have been using bit repetitive words, same word repeating again and again. So, I will put here 6 out of 9. Grammatically, you are correct, but to get more score, you have to be fluent and try to use more complex structure and fluently of them. So it's 6 out of 9. Pronunciation, it's good. So I will go for 7 out of 9. So it's overall 6.5 out of 9. Thank you, Sadia Slamorna. That was a nice speaking test with you. Thank you.
Okay.